Reuben, how good was it to get back on to the pitch playing professional competitive football?
Really nice, actually. Just the whole, morning. Obviously, got to get a good night's sleep. Have to, tell the missus I can't sleep with you tonight. Get the kids out of their rooms, nick one of the kids' beds. Obviously, get a good sleep. The whole travel, hydrating and stuff, and just being involved in the warm up was obviously good. I was nearly late for my first ever game night today. Walked in on like 14 minutes 30, so that started the madness of the night really. But yeah, just being back out there was obviously really positive for me and a good for my mental side of things, definitely. Yeah.
Obviously, we're talking to you very shortly after the game, but any ill effects from running around?
No, apart from I'm breathing, blowing. Lungs have taken a battering. But yeah, we just had a good run there. So yeah, knee feels grand, body feels good. Long may it continue. I mean, I've had a good rehab, really well constructed, and obviously fulfilled on my part. So it's just a case now of trying to break myself back into the first team.
Did you feel you were sharp when you were out there?
Yeah, I mean, once I go back into training, I deem myself ready, type thing. Obviously, getting to know the areas on the pitch of how you can affect it is obviously, mind memory. So getting back out there, I felt as good as I've ever been, type thing. And with the few shots I've had, if one went in, then that's what really gets your confidence going. And that's what makes you really sharp when things are going for you.
You certainly weren't afraid to have a shot on goal tonight, were you?
No, I mean, was it not on? Or was I just... Yeah?
No, it was on.
Oh, I was going to say, you said it like it wasn't on. No, obviously I made a few angles for myself, and I was actually disappointed with the two shots I executed. But again, that probably might allude to the fact of my sharpness. When I get back up and running, those shots will probably come off my boot a lot harder and placed a bit better than they were tonight. But yeah, I mean, I think I took up some good areas, held the ball in quite well, and yeah, hopefully, along with minutes and more training, the more sessions I do, that will obviously come better. Yeah.
Have you got any targets in terms of when you think you might be available to start again?
When I might be able to, or the manager?
We'll start with you.
Oh, with me? Well, like, as I said before, moments ago, like the minute I'm back in training, I deem myself available. Whether I'm doing myself an injustice because, I've spoke to a few guys who are close to me in the game, they say just take your time. You've had a long time out, and the reality of it is, I have had a long time out. But it's hard when you're a footballer and a competitor that once you're back in training, the sort of training for the week, the getting on the pitch is a reward for you. And I've always had that mindset that once I'm back in, I'm good to go. And even when I've been in pain, and I'm not in pain now, so you can only imagine how I'm thinking, how I want to get back out there. But it's not for me to be saying these type of things, It's someone else picks a team, and that's their decision to make.
It was a mad night on the pitch, wasn't it? Have you ever been involved in a game like that?
I have one game in terms of the scoreline, in quite a few games I've never conceded 7. Well, I have conceded 7, but that was I just spoke to the lads there. That was an isolated incident that played a part. But yeah, it was a hard one to take, really. I think it's a weird one. We'll have some answers. Listen, we'll go back and watch a video, obviously, and when emotions are high after a game of football, it's never really good, I think, to analyse a game. You can have a few words here and there and say it wasn't good enough. Obviously, you conceded 7 goals and lost the game. But I think once you go back and watch a video and you can take stock of everything that happened, then you can make a better, get a better picture of why the events unfolded as they did.
Even at 7-4, there was still a number of chances to put it right back.
No, who got the last one?
Ben Tozer got the last one.
Ben Tozer off the free kick. Lads are still grabbing the ball. I'm still saying, lads, we'll have the way this night is gone. You score again straight from the kick-off like the Swindon game. Obviously, I know they were taking the kick-off, but if we can go straight back up the end and get a goal, then who knows? And we still had a few shots and a few chances to go in. Would 7-5, 7-6 have looked better? Well, it's up to you to decide, but there was definitely chances for both sides to, take something from the game. I know they've scored 7, they're going home happy. At the same time, they've still conceded 4, which you can know is just. And I think we just had a look at the possession stat. It doesn't really make sense, as it were. But as I said, we'll take stock of it when we watch the video back, and obviously we can have a little take the analysis from there.
is it fair to say that they appeared to be scoring virtually every time they had a shot on goal? There were lots of shots that Cheltenham had, I suspect, more than Newport in the course of the game, but the Newport goals were going in.
I'm not sure. If you ask me if they directly had scored every shot they had, no, I don't think so. It might have been their conversion, the way they converted their goals might have been obviously better than us, but no, I certainly didn't have that feel. I mean, even when the goals were going in, you're sort of thinking, what's going on here? And we're still dominating the match, as it were, if that makes sense. I know possession's possession. You sometimes you go nowhere with possession, but I still felt that we were like, you know, the main. We were contributing more to the game in terms of the play. But as you said, the goals change the game. So, and they scored more than us.
Obviously, weren't that many here tonight, but for a lot of Cheltenham fans, you know, seeing you on the pitch is something they've all been very much looking forward to since the summer signing. Do you feel the weight of expectation on you?
Of course, I feel the weight of expectation every day I wake up as a professional. I mean, first of all, I have to respect myself. I have to respect my teammates and the staff, and then respect the club, and then obviously when I get on the pitch, respect the game I'm playing. As I play, respect anything I try and do seriously. So I go out there with the onus that I have to play a role, whether I hold the ball up and bringing people into play, whether I pass the ball, whether I shoot and score, or however, I have to affect the match somehow, and I thrive off that sort of responsibility, as it were. Nice. You know, I think if I can create an atmosphere here that I'm someone that people turn to, sort of like, you know, Luke Varney does here, and obviously he thrives off it. You know, create that sort of vibe about myself here, then that can only bode well for me, because as I said, I thrive off having the responsibility where if we don't win, he said, oh well, Reid was rubbish type thing, and I love that, do you know what I mean? Well, if we win, then, you know, Rubes will play well, we've got a good chance, you know, and I like that. So yeah, of course, there's always a weight on my shoulder in everything I do, yeah.
Part of the reason I think why Cheltenham fans have been so excited to see you on the pitch is you've generally had a pretty good scoring record against Cheltenham. You aware of that down the years?
Only because people like you keep telling me. So yeah, no, I mean, it's just the way it's crumbled, I think. I played in some good sides against Cheltenham, and we've had some good battles along the year, and when you play against a team for so many times in the division and in cup runs, I just think it's just the way it's not that, oh, we're playing Cheltenham and I've scored, it's just on that given day I scored, I suppose. But yeah, I've scored quite a few goals at the stadium, and it's obviously, I know both goal nets quite well, so hopefully I can knock a few more in, but obviously for Cheltenham this time.